What's up, everybody? 5 Minute Friday. Today we ask the questions: is the cream machine really a dream machine? And is the Nifty 50 nifty? What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's 5 Minute Friday. And like I said in the intro, we're going to talk about these two lenses. I've got the Nikon 85mm 1.4 aperture, as well as the Nikon 50mm 1.4 aperture. So this one is known as the cream machine because of how well it smooths out the background behind the subject. It just makes everything much more pleasing. It helps the subject stand out considerably more against their background. It reduces the amount of busyness in the background. It's a wonderful portrait lens, and I use it quite often. The other is the 50mm, which is the Nifty 50. It is very good. It's a well-known lens. It's a great low-light lens. Both of them are due to the large aperture. Price-wise, you're looking at about $1,200 new for the 85mm, whereas the 50mm can be found for around $400. Again, prices may vary, but that's pretty much what I experienced when I got mine. Neither of these lenses have got a drive motor in them, so they do require a camera body that has got a drive motor in them for autofocus to work. They can be used on one without. They'll just be used in a manual mode. So predominantly you're going to find the full frame cameras are going to have the drive motors. There are a few exceptions in the DX, the crop bodies, that do have the drive motor. The D50 is one, the new D7500 is another. Speaking of the difference due to the crop body versus the full frame, when you're using these, the 85mm, that is a full frame focal length. If you choose to use it on a DX with a crop body, it is a 1.7 multiplier. So you're going to end up having this is going to be more of a 128mm in effect, whereas the 50mm is going to act like a 75mm if you have it again on that crop body. Versatility, the 50mm kind of wins out there because if you don't like the way that you're framed, you can go ahead and take a step or two forward and you can get everything a little bit tighter. You can make it a lot easier. If you have the 85 and you don't quite have enough room, you may not have enough room to step backwards. You may have a wall or a ledge or something like that behind you. So because of that, the 50 is going to win in versatility. You already start with a wider field of view and you can always move into it and make a more pleasing framing. Focal distance on these, as far as how far away from the subject you have to be before it can achieve focus, the 85mm has got a 3-foot distance required before you can achieve focus, whereas the 50mm only needs 1.5 feet between the end of the lens and the subject. So that does also give you the ability to move in a bit closer, be in a bit more proximity, and again, because of the focal range, you're still going to get a decent amount of what's behind the subject in the picture. So there's the differences and the similarities between these lenses. Personally, I choose the 85mm if I had to pick one, just because of the way that it softens that background. The bokeh that it gives is amazing, and it's just a great portrait lens. So to me, it's the winner. In an upcoming video, I am going to go ahead and do some photos and show some examples taken with each one of the same subject, both from the same spot to where you're going to see a wider frame of view with the 50, and the 85 is going to look closer. It's going to be a little bit more cropped in. And I'm also going to go ahead and move in forward with the 50 so that the framing is exactly the same between the 85 and the 50mm. And that'll give you an idea of what the bokeh looks like, what kind of background you get, and we'll see what it looks like from there. So look forward to seeing you the next time. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below or here to my left on the bottom, just so that you can be notified and you can see the next video when it comes out. As always, I appreciate you coming by. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Go ahead and hit the like button and be sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell so you can be updated anytime we have new content.